Okay, so this is going to be my official Vergil Ortiz versus Egidijus Kavaliauskas prediction. Let's start by going through the tail of the tape. Vergil Ortiz is 23 years old. He stands at 5'10". He has a 72-inch reach. He is 17-0 with 17 knockouts. He has a 100% knockout ratio. One thing I will say about Vergil Ortiz is he has a great amateur background. His amateur record reads 140-20. That's a lot of fights. He's a 7-time national champion in the amateurs. One downside thing is that he's never been past the 7th round. As far as Egidijus Kavaliauskas goes, he's 33 years of age. He stands at 5'9". He has a 71-inch reach. His record reads 22-1 with 1 draw, with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He also made it to the Olympics twice, lost both times early on in the tournament, but he made it to the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. So both of these guys have extensive amateur backgrounds. Something to take into account: an inch height advantage and an inch reach advantage for Vergil Ortiz, and a 10-year age advantage for Vergil Ortiz. Now, both of these dudes can fucking crack. You know, like I say, Kavaliauskas is 22-1 with his only loss being to Terrence Crawford, that he gave an absolute fucking war to. And he has 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Now, and Vergil Ortiz has a perfect record, 17-0 with 17 knockouts, 100% knockout ratio. So this is a very interesting fight, man. And this guy, Kavaliauskas, gave Crawford, in my opinion, he gave Crawford, even over Gamboa, he gave Crawford his toughest fight. Dropped him, even though it didn't get ruled a knockdown. It was a knockdown. Kavaliauskas did drop Crawford, hurt him a couple of times. But Crawford eventually rallied late and got him out of there. But that was a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? But this is, you know, this is two guys with extensive amateur backgrounds. Kavaliauskas has got a good one over a knockout win over David Avanesyan. Like I say, he gave Terrence Crawford all he can handle. Vergil Ortiz, he knocked out Maurice Hooker, who is a solid fighter. I never really thought very highly of him, but he's a very solid contender. Former 140-pound title holder as well. He also knocked out Antonio Orozco, who Jose Ramirez went the distance with. If there's one thing for certain in this fight, is that it's not going the distance. You know, both dudes hit like mules. I think that one way or the other, somebody's taking a fucking nap. So I don't see this fight going the distance at all. I don't know why they had to put this great fight on the same night as Janriel Casimero versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. But it is what it is. The fucking promoters are trying to compete with each other. So, you know, both guys can crack. Both guys are have extensive amateur backgrounds. But Vergil Ortiz, a lot of people are very high on Vergil Ortiz, and I am too. And for the record, I have no dog in the race in this fight. I like Kavaliauskas and I like Vergil Ortiz. I'm a fan of both of these guys. So I have no dog in the race. Just may the best man win. You know what I'm saying? To me, the one edge I will give Vergil Ortiz, because they both can punch. I couldn't tell you who's the harder hitter. But Vergil Ortiz has the hand and the foot speed over Kavaliauskas. And to me, that's going to make the difference in this fight. I think Vergil Ortiz will be able to get off his punches first. You know, however, he's got good foot movement, as he's showing you against Sam Vargas right here. Now, Sam Vargas is a bum. I never rated that win, but he's a tough bum, but he is a bum at the end of the day. But Vergil Ortiz has the hand and foot speed over Kavaliauskas, in my humble opinion. And I think that should give him the edge over Kavaliauskas in this fight. It will be interesting to see if Kavaliauskas can take Vergil Ortiz's power and keep moving forward, because Kavaliauskas likes to pressure his guys. So if Kavaliauskas can take the shots from Vergil Ortiz and keep pushing forward, Vergil Ortiz is going to have a rough night at the office. But, you know, and another thing I'm going to say is this. Vergil Ortiz has the tendency to lunge in there when he thinks he has his man hurt. A lot of the times he's right. He's a great finisher, Vergil Ortiz. He is. But that can work against him. You know, he did that a couple times against Maurice Hooker and ended up getting caught. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to take into account as well. Vergil Ortiz, while he does have the faster hands, faster feet, he's the younger man. Let's be careful not to rush in there and get clipped with a big shot from Kavaliauskas, because Kavaliauskas is a very dangerous fighter. Let's not forget. Like I say, this is a guy who knocked out David Avanesyan, dropped Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, gave him the toughest fight of his pro career. So Vergil Ortiz needs to be very cautious of just lunging in when he thinks he's got his man hurt. And another thing I want to add to this prediction video is that it will be very interesting to see if if Kavaliauskas can take Vergil Ortiz to them late waters, and he can take him past the 7th round, see if his gas tank is holding up and what have you. So to me, this is a very, very interesting fight. It's a very good step-up fight for Vergil Ortiz. It's a good bounce-back fight to beat an up-and-coming, prospect of the year for Kavaliauskas. It's a good rebound fight for Kavaliauskas. It's a good step-up for Vergil Ortiz. And again, I like both guys. I think this is going to be a fucking brawl for as long as it lasts. I wouldn't be shocked if either man pulled it off. However, my gut is telling me that and they both can crack, bro. But my gut is telling me that Vergil Ortiz's hand speed and his foot speed is going to give him a big advantage in this fight. Now, Kavaliauskas can crack, like I've said. I don't mean to keep repeating myself. And Vergil Ortiz needs to be cautious of rushing in. But if Vergil Ortiz boxes smart, picks his shot carefully and uses his hand speed and lets his flurries go intelligently, I think he should be able to pull this fight off. So for my official prediction, I'm going to say Vergil Ortiz gets Egidijus Kavaliauskas out of there in the 9th round. Vergil Ortiz by 9th round stoppage. But again, Kavaliauskas is a big, stocky dude. Great amateur background. He can crack. He dropped Terrence Crawford. He knocked out David Avanesyan. He's no slouch by any stretch of the imagination. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled it off either. But, I mean, we just saw what happened with Bektemir Melikuziev with these upcoming prospects getting thrown in there with the veteran. Could be the same type of scenario in this fight. But my gut tells me that Vergil Ortiz should prevail through his hand speed and foot speed and angles and youth, as well as his punching power. Will be able to overcome Egidijus Kavaliauskas' relentlessness and brute force. So, for my official prediction, I'm going to say Vergil Ortiz gets him out of there in the 9th or 10th round. Anyways, guys, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I appreciate everybody who stopped by. God bless you all, and be sure to hit the bell notification as well if you have not. And, yeah, have a wonderful afternoon, people. I got Vergil Ortiz, though, late knockout. Salute, everybody. Peace.